Hello! And welcome to the new Wi-Fi Wednesday. Yep, new Wi-Fi Wednesday. In order to utilize my time and yours a little bit more effectively or efficiently, I have decided to do a vlog or a vlog or a video blog. Yeah, video blog. I thought this might be a more effective way of giving you information regarding technology. Today, I have two concepts for you, big picture ideas. The first concept has to do with my role as this technology integrationist guy. Right. First of all, I want to thank you for your flexibility and your understanding as I fall into this position and figure out how I fit. Lately, I've been evaluating what other districts do and where other districts around the United States are going. They are no longer going with technology integrationists. What? No way! Yup, and I'll tell you why. Well, they have figured out that one person, 3 people, 100 people, can't get into the classrooms the way they really should be to give teachers the tools that they need. What they're finding out is teachers are doing it anyway. Teachers are using their time to find new tools, to be more progressive, to be more organized, to integrate technology in meaningful ways in the classroom. Now, what does this mean? Well, instead of having technology integrationists in districts, they have what's called a strategic innovator, or a innovative strategist, or a guy who cultivates innovation, or gal, in the classroom. I think you get the idea. So, what I'd like you to do is think of me that way. What I would love for you to do is utilize me in a manner that would help you be innovative in your classroom. Whether that means doing some research to find out what workshops you would like to be part of to bring this idea of innovation forward, or to simply give you more tools to be innovative in your classroom. Now, that doesn't always mean technology. I think this concept of innovative practices is really a mindset. Well, and I'll tell you more. One of the things that I'm going to be looking at, and I'll be reading this in the next few weeks, is The Innovator's Mindset by George Couros. Now, if that name, George Couros, if that name sounds familiar to you, George Couros was the keynote speaker at TIES last year. So if you went, you probably will recognize that name. George Couros is a pretty renowned educator, and he has devised this book to help with this idea, this change of mindset. I'm going to read you the back real briefly and tell you what it's about. And this is his vision. And I think it's the vision that I'd like to incorporate as well. The traditional system of education requires students to hold their questions and compliantly stick to the scheduled curriculum. But our job as educators is to provide new and better opportunities for students. It's time to recognize that compliance doesn't foster innovation, encourage critical thinking skills, or inspire creativity. And those are the skills our students need to succeed. I hope that isn't mind-blowing for you. I think George Couros is really finding ways to articulate what we want as educators, what we want to do as teachers. And I think it's an innovative way to relieve pressure off of teachers and to give more responsibility to students to be creative, to be innovative themselves. So this is a direction that I would like to go. Again, I want to consider myself, and I hope you do too, as someone who can cultivate this concept of innovation within our district. I want you to feel free to come to me with new and amazing ideas, and I will research them, vet them out, and see if there's something that we can move forward with. There's lots of really cool professional development ideas that we can go with, and I want you to help me guide this ship, and I want you to really be the leaders in this scenario. Now, where am I going with this? Human-centered design. Please comment in my email if you've ever heard of this concept of human-centered design. Human-centered design begins with the people that you serve. So as an educational leader, I would start with the teachers. I would start with the students and really try to understand where they are, be empathetic to their needs, and to guide decision practices based on their needs. As a teacher, you would do the same for the students. You start with them, identify what their needs are, be empathetic as much as you possibly can and guide the decision practices around their learning. They become the ship's wheel. They become the steering wheel. They become the leaders in the classroom. You are there as a facilitator of the learning, and you help them come to the realization of where they're going. And it's really a great way of looking at how to lead, how to teach. So, human-centered design is an avenue that I'm going to go down in my own thinking, and leadership practices. And I really, really like the concept. It comes out of Stanford. In fact, why don't you look at this video real briefly? Give me just a second.
Human-centered design is a creative approach to problem solving, one that starts with people and ends with innovative solutions tailored to meet their needs. When you understand the people you're trying to reach and then design from their perspective, not only will you arrive at unexpected answers, but you'll come up with ideas that they'll embrace. Human-centered design is both how you think and what you do with it. It's a process that consists of 3 phases: inspiration, ideation, and implementation. The inspiration phase is about learning on the fly, opening yourself up to creative possibilities, and trusting that as long as you remain grounded in the desires of the people you're designing for, your ideas will evolve into the right solution. In the ideation phase, you come up with lots of ideas. Some too crazy to work, some too crazy not to try, and you'll refine them, tossing out the bad and improving the good. Making things helps you learn, grow, and test your ideas. Building a simple prototype gets your idea tangible and gives you something to put right back into the hands of the folks you're designing for. Without their input, you won't know if your solution is on target or how to evolve your idea. Keep iterating, testing, and integrating feedback until you've got everything just right. During the implementation phase, you'll build partnerships, shore up your business model, and get your idea out into the world, which was always the goal in the first place. Anyone can practice human-centered design, and everyone benefits, because it gets us all to solutions that are adopted and embraced.
Right? Interesting concept, isn't it? So with that, again, that is for me to embrace, and I hope that you can look at it as well. I'll be producing some of that work in the future, maybe as part of some professional development, or maybe just a one-on-one conversation with teachers. But feel free, again, to come and knock on my door, come say hi, come ask questions, utilize me in any way you see fit in this concept of innovation. What would you like to do in your classroom? What are the roadblocks that I can help you alleviate in your classroom so that you can feel better about what you're doing in your classroom? I want to thank you for your time. Again, this is the first of many Wi-Fi Wednesday video blogs or vlogs. Thank you again for your time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and happy and Merry Christmas if I don't see you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.